Hey guys, Kaylee with Re-Elevate here, and if you're thinking about buying or selling in North Georgia, I've got some numbers you're going to like to hear because the market just shifted in a way that matters to you. For the first time in a while, buyers in Cumming, Canton, Dawson County, and Pickens County have more homes to choose from. Inventory is up anywhere from 15 to 25% compared to this time last year, and that's a big deal. I'm going to be breaking down exactly what that means for you, whether you're a buyer, a seller, or just watching the market. Let's get into it. Let's start with the two numbers that matter most if you're house hunting: what homes actually cost and how many there are out there. Cumming is still the priciest of the four, averaging $678,908, up 3.4% from last July. But here's the twist: inventory is up 20%, sitting at 1,184 active listings, so prices are still climbing, but you've got a lot more to choose from than you did a year ago. Canton is holding fairly steady at $583,163, basically flat year over year at 0.04%. Inventory jumped 25.7% to 660 homes for sale, the biggest inventory swing of all the four areas. Dawson County is where it gets interesting for buyers. Average price actually came down 6.8% to $539,626, and inventory is up 15.5% to 306 homes. That combination, more homes, lower average price, is a real shift from where we were a year ago. Pickens County tells a similar story. Prices are down 8.9% to $429,741, while inventory grew 15.8% to 322 listings. So here's the plain language version. Across the board, you've got more options as a buyer than you did this time last year. In Cumming and Canton, sellers are still holding their ground on price. In Dawson and Pickens, buyers are starting to get some breathing room. Now let's talk about timing, because this is where you actually see which way the market's leaning. Two numbers tell us this: days on market, which is how long a home sits before it sells, and month supply, which is basically if no new homes hit the market, how long would it take for everything that's currently listed to sell. If both of these numbers are up, the market will tend to favor buyers, and the lower these numbers goes, the more the market tends to favor sellers. Cumming homes are averaging 40 days on the market, unchanged from last year, with 5.8 months of supply, up 16%. That puts Cumming very close to a balanced market, although desirable and correctly priced homes can still favor sellers. Canton is sitting at 42 days, up 13.5%, with 4.8 months of supply. Dawson County is the one to watch. Days on the market jumped 27% to 80 days, meaning buyers have consistently more time to evaluate their options than they did last year, with month supply at 5.6. Combined with that price dip we just talked about, Dawson County is clearly shifting towards a more buyer-friendly market. For sellers, this means that pricing correctly from the beginning matters much more than it did last summer, especially in Dawson and Pickens, where buyers are going to have more options and less pressure to rush. Pickens County leads all four in month supply at 7%, up nearly 15%, with days on the market at 48. Here's a simple way to think about it. A seller's market usually means low inventory, homes selling fast, multiple offers. A buyer's market means homes sitting longer, more room to negotiate. And right now, Cumming and Canton are still closer to the balanced seller story, and Dawson and Pickens are tilting clearly towards buyers. And here's a quick rundown if you're still deciding where to focus. In Cumming, the market is still competitive, still appreciating, and there's less room to negotiate. In Canton, we're seeing steady prices, but way more inventory than last year, definitely worth a look. In Dawson County, we're seeing the biggest shift towards buyers, giving them more time to make a decision. And in Pickens County, we're seeing the highest month supply of the four, giving buyers more options and potentially more negotiating room. Alright, tell me where you're at. Comment buying if you're watching to make the move, selling if you're wondering what this means for your listing, or watching if you're just here for the market talk. I read every comment and it helps me know what to make a video on next. And if you're wondering what your current neighborhood looks like and you'd like me to run the numbers, let's talk. See you in the next one.